Also in the kitchen with me, I've got my 1-year-old Maya. She's over there doing her best on a puzzle. So if you hear any sweet little sounds, it's her. It is time to get cooking. I'm Jacqui Saldana, and I've been creating simple and delicious recipes on my website for more than 10 years with my family. And now I'm inviting you into my kitchen to come cook along with me while I show you how to easily create weeknight dinners, decadent desserts, and everything tasty in between. I keep it real, and most importantly, I keep it simple. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss out on our weekly videos. And now, let's see what we're making today. What's up, everyone? My name is Jacqui. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, I am so glad that you're back. Today we are making my pumpkin cream cookies. I shared this recipe last year on my website and everyone fell in love with them. They are fluffy and decadent and just so pumpkin delicious. If you are a pumpkin hater, I'm thinking these cookies might convert you into a pumpkin lover. Let me show you how to make these. I'm so excited. I love October. I love pumpkin season. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is gather all of our ingredients. We've got 1 stick of butter and it is soft. It's been sitting out, it's at room temperature. And we also have 1 cup of white sugar. We've got a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. The combination of the brown and white sugar is just gonna make the cookies that much more decadent. I love the brown sugar. It's perfect for fall, a little caramely kind of flavor happening. So we're gonna beat these ingredients together for about a minute until the sugars completely dissolve into the butter and they become a delicious, fluffy mixture. So one of the reasons why you want to use room temperature butter when it's like nice and soft is because it's gonna help the sugars dissolve into the butter. All right, so those are gonna get together. I don't know, I am so excited because it is finally October. We've got pumpkin season. I love, love, love Halloween. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that my daughters and I, we do costumes 3 a year. This year we've already dressed up as Luca. We're dressing up as a couple more Disney characters later on in the month. Can't wait for you to see those. If you're not following me on Instagram, you definitely should, at Baby Boy Bakery. Our house is completely decked out for Halloween. We even have a Halloween tree with spooky ornaments. I absolutely love this time of year. Love this time of year. And also it's like baking season now, which is like so exciting. Cookies, pies, cakes, all of it. I'm bringing it all to you. This looks perfect. Now I'm going to add in an egg. And listen, it's baking season. We've got a lot of eggs happening. One tip I can offer you is crack your egg in a small little bowl separate versus just cracking this guy right in here, just in case you get a bad egg or eggshells. You can fix the issue here versus fixing the issue here. If I were to pour it all in here, I'd have to start over. So I like that little hack. And I think, yes, I learned that from Ina Garten, the queen herself. So I'm gonna add in 1 egg, delicious. I'm also gonna add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Can't bake cookies without vanilla extract. And I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of pumpkin puree. If you're not a pumpkin lover, I totally understand. My husband actually doesn't enjoy pumpkin, but these cookies are so good. They're definitely worth a shot. I do have other delicious cookie recipes on my YouTube. I will link them below. I've got brownie cookies, I've got cold brew cookies, I've got chocolate chip cookies. They are all there for you to make if you don't like pumpkin, but
pumpkin lovers unite!
Okay, sorry, that was really aggressive, but I love pumpkin, so. And while these are mixing, we're gonna sift together our dry ingredients. So I've got 2.5 cups of flour that I'm just gonna sift here. Don't skip the sifting, Can you tell that I'm my happiest when I'm baking? Oh my gosh, especially when I'm baking with you, for you. I'm so excited. There we go. We've also got 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and we've got 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt. It's going to be like a totally different cookie experience, I promise you. They're pumpkin-y, they're fluffy, they're light, and they're coated with a creamy cream cheese frosting. They're not your average cookie, my friends. So we're gonna add in our leavening here. And to ramp up that pumpkin flavor, we're using a tablespoon of pumpkin spice. So what is pumpkin spice? Well, it's cinnamon, it's cloves, it's nutmeg, it's a little bit of lemon peel. Pumpkin pie spice is delicious. You could definitely get by with just using cinnamon, but the next time you're at the grocery store, pick up some pumpkin pie spice because you can add it to pancakes, oatmeal, overnight oats, chia pudding, smoothies. It's delicious. We've got our dry ingredients here, and slowly add in your flour mixture, about 1.5 tablespoons. And you want to do this nice and slow to ensure that the flour gets well incorporated into your cookie dough. And you also don't want to overmix your flour either. So this is the best way to slowly add in your dry ingredients. This cookie dough is a little bit more on the wet side, so it's not like a firm chocolate chip cookie dough where you make nice big balls of it. We're still gonna scoop it and we're gonna make cookie balls, but it's gonna be a little bit more wet. So I'll show, you'll see. All right, look at this dough. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've seen? I have been using a boring red spatula when I have a pumpkin spatula. My gosh. We're gonna scrape our beater here. Oh my God, you can already tell based on this cookie dough that these cookies are going to be fluffy, delicious. All right, the next step is we've got our cookie dough. Now we're going to scoop out our cookie dough into perfect little cookie scoops, and we're gonna let the batter chill in the fridge until they become firm, and that way they hold their shape in the oven and it doesn't make a giant mess. So let's get into it. So many people ask me about this. It gives you the best sized cookie. I use it for a lot of things, but mostly for scooping cookies. Everything that I use today is linked in the description below. My spatulas, my baking, all of the stuff that I can't live without in my kitchen that I use today will be linked in the description below. But this cookie scooper, if you don't have one, get one. All right, the next thing we need is a little cutting board and some parchment paper. So if I were to just scoop this cookie dough onto the parchment paper, once it's time to lift it up and put it in the fridge, it would be like all flimsy and wonky. So to help us with that, I use a little cutting board underneath, put my parchment paper over it, and then that way, once I scoop all my cookies, I can easily pick this up and put it in my fridge to firm up. That's something I figured out the hard way, actually. I don't want to tell you, but it was very messy. All right, so we're gonna scoop up these cookies. Let's get into it. Perfect 2-ounce cookie scoop. And I'm just gonna start here in the corner of my corner of my cutting board. And I'm gonna get them kind of close together because that's totally fine. You're just gonna break them off once they're firm. If you don't want to bake all 24 cookies, you could store this cookie dough, wrap it nice and tight in some parchment paper. You could store it in your freezer, and you could just break 1 or 2 or 4 or however many cookies you want, and then you bake them. Look at that. That is perfection. Look at these little buddies all lined up perfectly. All right, we are going to let these chill out for at least an hour until they're completely firm, and then we're gonna break them off and pop them in the oven. But while they're chilling, we're gonna make the most delicious cream cheese frosting. So when they're out of the oven, we're gonna smother them in cream cheese frosting, and it's gonna be so good. All right, let's chill them out. Of course, we're starting with 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. Okay, not the bowl, just the cream cheese. 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, also at room temperature. And what we're gonna do is we're going to cream these together until they're nice and smooth and fluffy. There's seriously nothing better than cream cheese frosting. It reminds me of cinnamon rolls, which we've made here on the channel. If you haven't made my cinnamon rolls recipe, you definitely should check it out. I'll link it in the description below. Cinnamon rolls made easy. Cream cheese frosting is one of those like comfort dessert things for me, at least. Let me know down below in the comments what you enjoy most. Is it cream cheese frosting, red velvet cake, pumpkin pie? What is it? I want to know, because maybe I can take some of those ideas and make recipe videos for them. And yeah, we can have some fun in the kitchen baking this baking season together. Whoa, that is some pumpkin power, baby. This is me laughing at my joke. Oh, you know who else is laughing? My mom. My mom's probably laughing right now at that joke. Hi, Mom. There's coffee in here, by the way, with Kahlua. Just kidding. It's like 9:30 in the morning. This is looking so good. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, to this, we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Yum. I'm gonna add 2 cups of powdered sugar slowly. The reason we do it slowly is because powdered sugar is a beast and will get everywhere if we had this mixer on high. Now this frosting is pretty thick, just because I like that consistency on top of my cookie. If it is a little too thick for your liking, you could always add a teaspoon or a tablespoon of cream. This frosting is also perfect if you wanted to use this for cakes, cupcakes. It's so simple. And I like cream cheese frosting. Of course, like I mentioned before, it's comforting for me. It's delicious. But it's also a nice, sweet, tangy frosting that's different from buttercream or just regular frosting. Another reason why we add the powdered sugar slowly is because it will ensure that we get a nice, smooth frosting. If we added all the powdered sugar all at once, our frosting would be fairly lumpy. It is ready. The last time we made cream cheese frosting together was for my cinnamon rolls, and it's basically my favorite thing ever. So once I lift this up out of the frosting, I'm going to want to lick it like crazy. Let's just go for it. Okay. Oh, look at that. The perfect consistency. Oh my gosh, you follow this recipe to a T, you will consistently get the most delicious cream cheese frosting of your life. So freaking good. Look at that. Oh my God. If you don't even like pumpkin cookies, just make this cream cheese frosting and you'll be set. You can even put this on pancakes. I'm trying to think of like every meal to put it on. Pancakes, can't put it on salad. Toast, sandwiches, I don't know, just make it. It is so delicious. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside and wait for our cookies to come out of the oven. And then once our cookies cool, we're gonna smother them with this cream cheese frosting and then finally be able to enjoy the pumpkin cookies. Our pumpkin cookies just came out of the oven. Look at how delicious they look. First and foremost, they smell absolutely mouth-watering. And just as I told you, they are super fluffy. I don't want to poke them because they're still fresh from the oven. Ah, they're so delicious. Now, when I shared this recipe last year on my website, some people were like, those don't look like cookies, those look like muffins. Whatever. They're cookies to me, and also, like, if they're muffins, I guess you could say they're like the best part of the muffin, which is the muffin top. Once they cool, I'll show you what they look like inside, but I'm sticking with them being cookies. I've got my cooling rack here. I want to transfer them from my hot baking pan to my cooling rack so they can start cooling. If you leave your cookies on the hot baking pan, what happens is they continue to cook, and sometimes they could get a little too toasty on the bottom. So I'm gonna use a very thin spatula, and then look at that. They're nice and golden brown on the top, on the bottom here, fluffy. Put them on here. So if I were to leave these on the hot baking pan to cool, the bottoms would get a little too toasty for my liking. So I'm gonna pop these off and let them cool. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Now these cookies are perfect on their own, but we are going to ramp them up. They're called pumpkin cream cookies for good reason. We smother them with cream cheese frosting right on top, but we of course have to wait for these to cool before we put the cream cheese frosting on. Otherwise, the cream cheese frosting is just gonna melt and slide off. So I will see you babies in about 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna put frosting on you. And then I'm gonna eat you. All right, these guys are cooling, but I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm gonna show you what they look like inside. Soft, delicious. All right, I'm gonna frost up some of these and show you exactly what these babies look like. These are so good. This is exactly the cookie that you need to make this fall for all you pumpkin lovers out there. And like I said earlier, this might be what you need to convince any pumpkin haters in your life and convert them into pumpkin lovers. All right, these would be perfect just like this, but you know what? I'm all about ramping up the flavor. So I'm gonna sprinkle on just a smidgen more of the pumpkin pie spice. It also adds a pretty little decor moment on top. And there you have it. Here are my pumpkin cream cookies. Don't they look so cute and delicious? All right, I'm gonna taste the final creation now. I mean, there's seriously nothing better than this. These cookies need to be made all October, all November, make them in December too. Send this video to someone who you think would love these pumpkin cookies. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now. It is finally my favorite time of year. I'm going to sit and enjoy these pumpkin cookies, and I hope you make them soon. If you love pumpkin, if you love cookies, if you loved this video, please give it a thumbs up. You have no idea how much that supports this channel. Go ahead, hit it, it's right there. Hit the thumbs up button. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We have a lot of fun here, and I'm so excited you are here with me watching our videos. Yum. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.